Hello, my loves, and welcome to this video. Um, yeah, I thought I'd make another, I always want to say good morning message. Another coffee talk. Yeah, it's maybe good morning because of the coffee, although it's not really morning here. Um, yeah, so wow, what a week again. I'm sure you're all feeling it. The energy is just insane lately. Um, it feels more like eclipse season. And then I'm thinking, wow, we are only leading up to eclipse season. We are entering like we're coming close to the 8-8 portal. That is always one that I'm feeling pretty strongly. And then that's the corridor to the eclipses. So yeah, not really see us getting a break anytime soon. Anyways, yeah, let me know how you're doing. Um, yeah, I said that I want to come on regularly with my coffee talks. So here I am. And to be honest, today I have no idea what I want to talk about. I've been thinking about it, and hmm, there are a few topics swirling around. I also tuned in a bit in the energy of the collective, and I feel like there's maybe a bit of an indecision. Not really sure where to go next or what to do with all of this. Feels like a bit of an information overload, maybe. So, because my coffee talks, good morning talks, coffee talks, are my, I mean, this whole channel is experimental lately. But yeah, so I thought, why not maybe get a few cards and see where this is leading us? Just play with it a little with that format. Um, so yeah, let's just see what's going on and go from there. So I don't know about you, but I've been getting a lot about my purpose lately, about where all of this is leading me, and it's connecting a lot of dots that I haven't really seen before. And okay, that's interesting. So this is howling at the moon and work through your emotions. And I just saw 333 on the timer. Huh, that's interesting. Work through your emotions, and when I'm trying to feel into that, I don't really get anything. So, is there something about being blocked from it? I do get like a window glass, and it's like almost as if like looking through a glass, like a window glass, and not really being in touch with your emotions. I mean, we just had an Aquarius full moon, and Aquarius is not really known for being the most emotional sign that is out there, especially after coming out of coming out of Cancer season, moving into Leo, which is all fire, and then we have that full moon in Aquarius. And I've said it before, I'm not an astrologer. what I like to do is I look at the archetypes and I look at how do they play with each other? How do they influence each other? I'm not a lot about placements and all of that stuff. Sometimes I'm guided there. Sometimes I'm given information about it. But usually it's more personal stuff. Interesting. There's a thing about communicating and like having a problem with communicating. Yeah, no. The throat chakra again and stumbling over words. And like feeling of doubt or like is this the right thing to do? So I'm realizing this with myself right now. I'm sitting here saying like this is a coffee talk, and now it kind of starts to get a bit of a reading vibe, which I don't really want to do because I do have my other reading channel, and there was a reason why I split those two. But I guess it's just part of my nature, you know. I probably can't really not do that. I'm doing it in my own life as well. Even when I'm talking with friends, I'm starting to channel sometimes, depending on how open they are. Um, but yeah, so there's like this. Okay, but just naming it, just saying it out loud, is this even right what I'm doing here? I acknowledged it, which is part of working through emotions. It's important to work through emotions by maybe talking about it, maybe naming it. Um, Also, the fears and doubts. So, mm, yeah, Leo is all about strength. Like, if you look at the tarot card of Leo, it's the strength card, number 8. Um, and it's an energy of finding strength in being in touch with your vulnerability, your most vulnerable parts. And we often confuse that and we think that being strong actually means to put out this strong, um, unwavering persona that is not afraid of anything. And I mean, there's the saying of like, how does it go? Courage is not the absence of fear, but doing it despite of it, or something along those lines. Um, and I would even add like to actually become in touch with that fear and to do it anyways. Um, what the heck? I just take another card. Ooh, I like that right now. It kind of helps. It's still a little vague. I was more like, well, I mean, I got a moon deck. What do I expect? It's anything else than this being vague. Mysterious. I, that one, that one doesn't want to come out. Okay. Okay. This one says cold moon, face your fears. What did I just say? Face your fears. I had a weird feeling before coming on, and I thought I was wondering if I was tapping into like the collective's energy. Um, there is something about the fear of reconnecting with community. And I've been noticing this. Okay, so now real talk. I've been noticing this with this channel. Coming online here is not easy. And it's weird because, like, it's my channel. I can do here whatever I want. I don't really care about views. I know that some of you like my videos and benefit from them, but every time I record a video here, or like often before, like before recording it, I feel this resistance, and there is this fear of um, stepping into the space, sharing myself, which I do to some degree. But not just that. I mean, even if I went out there and only talked about, I've done this as well, like putting out more informational videos, there's always the sense of um, resistance out of fear. And I actually wanted to talk about community. Like, I felt like talking about it. I thought it might be beneficial to talk about it because I do pick up on something in general, and that is about, like, on the one hand, it's been coming out on this channel and also on my other reading channel for months. This thing about finding soul tribe, about looking for community. And there is this thing about, on the one hand, it's this deep desire to connect and to find my people. And at the same time, there is this fear of how I'm going to be received. And not I as I, but I'm talking in general terms, like the collective, that the collective is working through. And I'm no different. I'm part of this collective. Um, it's not as strong for me anymore, I think. Um, so this is why it was like a bit tricky to pick up on it, because I just realized, well, every time I want to come online here, something is getting squirmy. Um, and so this is really about, like, how to I hear a question like, how can I trust again? How can I open up again? And I mean, this collective is so heavily working on the throat chakra issues. Like, it's insane. I think there is almost like no video where I don't touch on that subject one or the other way, or start coughing. And I don't do that. I don't do that during my everyday life. That's not happening. It's only happening when I'm sitting here and channeling the energy of the collective. And um, I mean, I know what kind of work I've been doing over the last few years, and it was all about self expression and finding my self expression. And um, I mean, we're in Leo right now, which is a sign of, how can I shine the brightest and just be my own, like myself, and shine as brightly as possible? How can I bring my truest expression out into this world? Um, and all of us make the experience to some extent, or like to a lesser or greater extent. And I guess for those of you who are connecting and resonating with my content to a more severe degree of resistance, when we try to shine our truest self out there, and um, I do recognize that um, for the most of you, it's been like we were all part of some kind of community that, I mean, every human is to some degree part of a community, of a network, of a system. I like to talk about systems, social settings. Um, and all of us were just very, very different. And also carried a very, very bright light inside. And this light got dimmed in order to survive, because we had to be part of that system in order to survive. So, what I'm getting here is that so we connect being part of a community, of a system, of a group, whatever, is automatically connected to, oh, I have to dim my light. Because that is what we know. That is what we experienced until now. Um, and it doesn't really matter. It can be anything. It can be, and probably it was anything. It was all kinds of different groups that we were part of. If it's family to begin with, maybe in the workplace, maybe in school, maybe with friends. Just don't shine too brightly, because uh, you get too much attention on yourself. Maybe people got jealous. Maybe you were bullied. Maybe you were cast out of a social setting. Oh, yeah, getting something with that. Um, or maybe you were trying to protect others. Maybe you dimmed your light so that you would not stand out too much. So there are like many different reasons why you could do that, and you know why you did it. But what is important and what is being like shown to me, like it's been shown to me over the last few days a lot, is that topic of where are you dimming your light? And this is really what Leo is asking, of all of us right now, is stop dimming your light. And so the next step is to find a community, and to believe that this community exists and that it's out there. To find a community that is not just okay with you shining that light, but loves it and wants nothing more than for you to shine as bright as possible. Because we acknowledge within that community that every light has its own quality and its own um, importance. And there's no need to fight against each other, to compete with each other, or to compare ourselves to each other, or to fear each other for that. Um, because we don't use it for power. Like if we don't use those lights for power, but we use it to make this world brighter, and we know every other light that is joining us is making it even more bright. Um, so if we can trust that something like that, a community like that, can exist, then there is no need to be afraid of it anymore. Then there's no need um to hide and dim our light. And so there's also this co-creative aspect coming in. Like we can take it further. It's not just that one person, like everyone is shining their light for themselves, but they can join in together and um, start creating together. And yeah, so this is what I meant earlier when I said, um, with that, I'm sorry, now I blanked. Well, I guess I said it already. Yeah, this thing of like we don't really need to compete because every light brings its own flavor. So there is no need to, like, there's no better or worse. It's not that this is more valuable than the other thing. And usually we think that something else is more valuable if we don't have it. Um, but that is a lack mindset. So if if you connect with people who live out of a fulfilled self, out of abundance, um, there is no need to be afraid of being put down or to put yourself down because you feel like, oh, this person knows more than I do, or oh, they are the better artist or the better musician or the whatever whatever. um it's more like, oh wow, your style is so unique and I can learn from it, and maybe we can make a collaboration, maybe we can do something together at some point. Or maybe we can do an art course together, or a art retreat. I don't know, it's really not about like this competition aspect. I don't know why it's coming out that strongly. Like there are a few things that I'm picking up really strongly. For one, it's a competition, like the sense of, oh, you're better than me, or I have to be better than you, I have to stand out. And the other is, um and I guess, yeah, I mean, it's related, of course, but it's more heart centered. Like this competing is more from the solar plexus, and the other one is coming from the heart space. And there is a sense of envy in there, and sadness and grief. So maybe that is what this card is speaking about, this work through your emotions. Because I get envy and grief from the heart, and I do get a sense of anger from the solar plexus. And now also overthinking in the headspace, so the mind. Okay, so there's like, I like to work with the Enneagram as a system, as a psychological typology, personality typing system. And that is actually speaking about like fear is in the mind, grief is in the heart, and anger is in your stomach, or in your, they're calling it body. But for me, I always feel like it's located in the stomach area. And the interesting thing, the system in German is speaking about the gut, not about the body. It's talking about the gut. So these are the three centers and the three emotional centers that are connected to it. So you might be looking into that and maybe what emotion is the loudest for you in that, like when it comes to this topic of shining my light in a community, or why do I not do it? Why do I feel like I cannot do it? Um, yeah, yeah. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Didn't see that coming. Uh, so I don't really know where to go from here. This is a weird video. It's a weird energy. Let's get one more card. All good things are three. Hmm. um, Reach for the moon. Oh, auf geht's. Like go for it. Oh, let's go. So, yeah, what I'm getting with that is seriously like reach for the moon. Like it's a what kind of community are you dreaming of? What are you hoping for? And reach for it. Simply reach for it. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect. Yeah, I'm getting this sense of um, I got burned too many times. I got burned too many times. Well, if you feel the desire, like if you went through a hermit phase, if you've been hermiting away for a while, and you feel that desire of reconnecting, and if you can dream it, you can create it. Um, and there is this, it's not about trusting others. It's not about, because there's this always this question of how can I trust that others won't hurt me? Well, you can't. You never can. You never can. Who you can trust is yourself. To um to know that you can deal with that because you've dealt with worse. And you, first of all, you're not the same person anymore that made those past experiences. You've grown. You've grown. And if you resonate with this video, if you found it, if you like watched it and you feel like, yeah, that's me, then you want this. And like I said, you've grown. You've changed. So if you've changed yourself to the degree, like at the I wanted to say at the core, but that's not true because at the core you always were who you are. The questioning is, what kind of programming do you have active around that core? And you can always tell by the people you call into your life because they are your perfect mirror. Um, and if you've worked through those residuals and this programming, um, what you call in for yourself will be different. And like I said, maybe it's not perfect, but it doesn't have to be. Seriously, the best thing you can call in are people who are willing to grow. And if you are willing to grow and if you are willing to work on yourself and you do not expect yourself to be perfect and you also don't expect others to be perfect, you'll call that in. Um, and if you trust yourself enough to know, even if I get hurt again, and this will probably happen because this is life, this is the human experience. We live, we get hurt. It's part of it. It's part of it. But you know that you have always that one person you can fall back onto, and that is yourself. And I don't mean that in a detached, avoidant kind of way, but in a self-empowered kind of way. Because you've went through the shadows, you went through the depth, you've been down there. And you've experienced it. And yes, you do not want to experience it again. And that is understandable. And I'm pretty sure you don't have to, because like that's a lesson. If you really learned your lesson with that, you probably won't have to go through the same lesson again. There might be different lessons coming. We don't know. There will be different lessons coming, whatever the nature of them is. We don't know. But this particular lesson, you know that you can stand on your own 2 feet and you are not dependent on others. And like I say, I'm not saying that in an avoidant kind of way of like, I don't need no one. No. Being open to connection, being open to let others in and co-create a relationship that is based on the values that are important to you. Um, and knowing that you are your own best friend. So even if other friends fall away, you are still there. You're still there and you can start over again because you've did it before. And so yeah, this is because the fear always is by like, oh well, people are um what is the word? I hate it. I really hate it when I have like that one word I want to say and it doesn't come to me. Unpredictable. Yeah. My loss of words is also unpredictable. So, yeah, there's this thing about like people are unpredictable. You never know what they're gonna do next. You never do. Um, but you don't have to. But the fear that is coming from that is like, how can I trust another person if they're so highly unpredictable? And I mean, if you are in contact with someone who's like so unstable that they're really highly, highly unpredictable, that it's like volatile, maybe not the right person to be like in a close relationship with. So like there's your but you can choose, like it's your choosing. You can observe, and you can say like, okay, I've been observing you for a while. Like, maybe not jump in head first into a new relationship of whatever nature, friendship, partnership, business collaboration. Like, take your time with it. You can take your time with it, and then before jump in like head first, just observe it for a while. And if you do see like, oh yeah, okay, so this is how this person navigates emotional um, mm, emotional upheaval, triggers maybe. Um, are they able to self-regulate, for example? And are they stable enough to stay in a relationship with someone else? And if they're highly volatile, well, maybe not the person you want to connect with on a deeper level. Not because they're a bad person, but just because this is not a good foundation for a relationship. But let's just say like this is a normal person who's like stable enough to be in like in a continuous contact. Um, Even if they do something at some point that is hurting you, like you're not dependent, like because you're the one who can be in touch with your own emotions. You can emotionally regulate yourself, and you can fall back on your 2 feet, and you know that because you've done it before. um so yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it at that. Interesting message that came through here. Interesting. Yeah, interesting. um Let me know how you like that kind of with the cards and this. Like it's a bit like a reading, but more like a half conversation, half reading, getting some advice. Yeah, let me know. And let me know how you're dealing with that whole community thing. And I know I'm working through it, and I know that I want to create that with this channel. And I know that I have been blocking a few things myself, still working through those obstacles. So I do appreciate and love those of you who are here, who are watching, who are commenting, who are reacting, letting me know that you are here and listening. I'm very, very grateful for that. And I keep sending out those messages because I want to call in more of that, and I want to create that kind of community. And because I believe in it, and I believe that it's possible. And yeah, I want to create a space where we can all shine and just be ourselves. All right, my loves. I wish you a beautiful day whenever this finds you. And like I say, would love to hear from you, and looking forward to connect with you in the next video. Until then, take care.